Ultimate Guitar and Gear Guide. Section 1. Introduction to Guitars. Guitars are one of the most versatile and expressive instruments in music. They come in several main types, including electric, acoustic, classical, and bass. Electric guitars rely on pickups to convert string vibrations into electrical signals that can be amplified. Acoustic guitars produce sound through the resonance of their hollow body, without requiring amplification. Classical guitars use nylon strings and a wider neck, making them ideal for fingerstyle and classical techniques. Bass guitars have thicker strings and a longer scale length, providing low-end foundation for music. The body of a guitar can be solid, semi-hollow, or fully hollow, each affecting tone and resonance. The neck contains frets, which divide the fingerboard into semitone intervals for precise pitch control. Pickups are magnetic or piezoelectric devices that capture string vibrations and shape the amplified tone. The bridge anchors the strings and influences sustain, intonation, and tone. Tuning pegs allow precise tuning of each string to achieve correct pitch. Tonewoods such as mahogany, alder, maple, and rosewood significantly impact resonance, warmth, and brightness. Maple is bright and snappy, while mahogany provides warmth and depth. Rosewood and ebony are common fingerboard woods that affect feel and attack. Scale length, or the distance between nut and bridge, affects string tension, playability, and tonal characteristics. String gauge influences tone, tension, and comfort. Lighter strings are easier to bend, while heavier strings provide more fullness. Guitar ergonomics matter, including body shape, weight, and neck profile, for comfort during long playing sessions. The finish of a guitar can be nitrocellulose, polyurethane, or satin, affecting resonance and aesthetics. Pickups come in single-coil, humbucker, or P90 configurations, each providing distinct tonal qualities. Humbuckers cancel hum and offer thicker, warmer tones, while single coils are brighter and sharper. The headstock design affects string angle and tuning stability. Frets can be medium, jumbo, or stainless steel, influencing playability and durability. Nut material, often bone, plastic, or synthetic, impacts tone and sustain. Pickup height can be adjusted to balance output and dynamics. Body contours and cutaways allow access to higher frets for soloing and lead playing. Acoustic bracing patterns, such as X-bracing, shape resonance, and projection. Hollow or semi-hollow electric guitars offer a combination of acoustic warmth and electric sustain. Intonation adjustment ensures each fret produces accurate pitch across the fingerboard. Guitar strings can be made of nickel, steel, bronze, or coated materials for different tones and longevity. The fretboard radius affects comfort, string bending, and chord voicing. Guitar weight distribution and strap placement influence ergonomics during standing performance. Guitar finishes not only protect the wood, but also influence resonance and aesthetic appeal. Pickups can be coil split, tapped, or active, offering a wide palette of tones. Control knobs for volume, tone, and pickup selection further shape sound. Learning the differences between guitar types allows players to choose instruments suited to style and comfort. The right guitar supports musical expression, creativity, and technique development. Understanding these components lays a foundation for tone exploration, gear optimization, and performance mastery. By exploring guitars thoughtfully, players can find instruments that inspire them and enhance their musical journey. Section 2. Amplifiers and tone shaping. Amplifiers are essential for electric guitars, transforming the small signal from the pickups into sound. They also shape tone, dynamics, and character, giving the guitar its voice in music. There are three main types of amplifiers: tube, solid-state, and modeling. Tube amps use vacuum tubes to produce warm, dynamic, and harmonically rich tones. Solid-state amps use transistors and are often lighter, more reliable, and consistent in performance. Hybrid amps combine tube preamps with solid-state power sections for a balance of tone and reliability. Modeling amps simulate different amp and cabinet sounds digitally, offering versatility and portability. Wattage determines the loudness of an amplifier and its headroom before distortion occurs. Low-wattage amps can achieve natural tube saturation at lower volumes, ideal for practice or small venues. High-wattage amps allow clean tones at high volumes, suitable for large performances or studio use. Speaker size influences tone and projection. Common sizes include 8, 10, 12, and 15 inches. Larger speakers typically provide more low-end and fuller sound, while smaller speakers emphasize mid-range and attack. Combo amps integrate the amplifier and speaker in one unit, while head-end cabinet setups separate them for flexibility. Tone shaping controls, including EQ, gain, and volume, adjust the frequency response and dynamic character of the sound. Gain controls the amount of signal boost before distortion occurs, influencing warmth and saturation. Volume controls the output level and interacts with amp gain to create natural overdrive. EQ knobs, usually bass, mid, and treble, allow players to sculpt their tone to fit the music and environment. Presence controls adjust high-frequency harmonics and overall brightness. Some amps include built-in effects such as reverb, tremolo, or delay, adding depth and texture. The concept of headroom refers to how much volume the amp can produce before distorting, crucial for dynamic playing. Tube amps respond to pick attack and dynamics, offering expressive control over tone. Solid-state amps are generally more linear, delivering consistent output even at high gain. Cabinet design, including open back or closed back, affects projection, bass response, and resonance. Open back cabinets produce a more airy and spacious sound, while closed back cabinets are tighter and punchier. Microphones and placement used to capture amp sound also affect the final tone, especially in recordings. Impedance matching between amp and speaker ensures maximum power transfer and protects the equipment. The tonal character of an amp is influenced by tube type, transformer design, speaker configuration, and cabinet materials. Master volume controls allow for preamp saturation without excessive loudness. Attenuators can reduce output volume while retaining tube saturation, useful in home or studio settings. Amp simulators or impulse responses recreate specific amp tones digitally, expanding recording possibilities. Power scaling in modern amps enables control over output wattage for practice, recording, or live performance. Pedals and effects interact with amp input, influencing gain structure and overall tone. EQ placement in the signal chain affects how it shapes the amp's sound and dynamics. Understanding amp response to dynamics and pickup output is key to mastering tone. Amp voicing and voicing switches provide tonal versatility for different styles. Consistent practice with the amp develops a player's ability to manipulate tone and dynamics naturally. Experimentation with gain, EQ, speaker selection, and positioning helps create a personal signature sound. Recording techniques, including mic selection and distance, affect perceived amp tone. A deep understanding of amplifiers allows musicians to translate their musical ideas into expressive, powerful sound. Combining amp choice, settings, and external effects provides nearly limitless tonal possibilities. Mastering amps is not just about volume or gain, but about sculpting a dynamic and inspiring voice for the instrument. Section 3. Pedals and Effects. Pedals and effects are tools that shape and enhance the guitar's sound in countless ways. They allow musicians to create textures, colors, and tones beyond the natural amp sound. Essential pedal categories include overdrive, distortion, fuzz, delay, reverb, and modulation. Overdrive pedals emulate natural amp breakup, adding warmth and sustain. Distortion pedals provide heavier, more aggressive clipping for rock and metal tones. Fuzz pedals create a saturated, fuzzy tone, often used in classic rock and psychedelic music. Delay pedals repeat the signal at adjustable intervals, creating echoes and rhythmic patterns. Reverb pedals simulate natural acoustic spaces, adding depth and ambience. Modulation effects, such as chorus, flanger, and phaser, alter pitch, phase, or amplitude to create movement and texture. Tremolo pedals modulate volume, producing a pulsating effect. Wah pedals sweep frequency bands, creating vocal-like expressive tones. Expression pedals can control volume, wah, or other effect parameters dynamically. Multi-effects units combine many effects in one device, often with presets for versatility. Analog pedals tend to offer warmer, more organic tones, while digital pedals provide precision and versatility. The signal chain, or the order of pedals, influences the overall tone and dynamics. Typically, dynamics compressors come first, followed by gain overdrive distortion, modulation, delay, and time-based effects last. Placement affects interaction between pedals, amp response, and tonal clarity. True bypass pedals allow the signal to pass unaffected when disengaged, preserving tone integrity. Buffered pedals maintain signal strength over long cable runs, preventing high-end loss. Power supply stability and isolation reduce hum, noise, and interference in complex pedal boards. Experimenting with pedal order can produce unique and creative tones. Looper pedals allow layering and recording of phrases for practice, composition, or performance. Volume pedals can act as expression controllers or stage-level mixers for dynamic control. Some effects have multiple modes, allowing different tonal characteristics in one unit. Chorus adds subtle detuning for width and richness, while flanger creates sweeping, jet-like sounds. Phaser shifts phase of the signal for a swirling, moving effect. Ring modulators create metallic and dissonant tones, useful for experimental music. Combining multiple effects can create complex textures and sonic landscapes. Adjusting mix levels, feedback, and rate on modulation and delay pedals fine-tunes the effect. Using effects subtly can enhance tone without overwhelming the core sound. Stacking overdrives or distortions allows gradual gain control and tonal layering. Pedalboard layout, cabling, and routing impact workflow and reliability during live performance. Expression and MIDI-controlled pedals expand creative control over multiple devices simultaneously. Understanding frequency interaction between pedals helps prevent muddiness or harshness. Integrating pedals with amp settings ensures cohesive and musical output. Pedals encourage experimentation, enabling players to develop a personal signature sound. Mastery of pedals combines technical knowledge, creativity, and an ear for tone. Proper maintenance, including cleaning jacks and powering pedals correctly, ensures longevity and performance consistency. Choosing pedals according to musical style, expression goals, and sonic preference allows full exploration of the guitar's tonal potential. Section 4. Guitar accessories and maintenance. Guitar accessories enhance playability, tone, and convenience, while proper maintenance ensures longevity and consistent performance. Strings are the most frequently replaced accessory, influencing tone, tension, and playability. String gauges range from light to heavy, with lighter strings easier to bend and heavier strings providing fuller tone. Coated strings last longer and resist corrosion, but slightly alter the feel and brightness. Picks come in various materials, thicknesses, and shapes, affecting attack, tone, and comfort. Straps provide stability and comfort when standing, with materials like leather, nylon, or padded designs. Capos allow players to change the key without adjusting fingering, useful for live performance and songwriting. Slides, often glass, metal, or ceramic, enable smooth gliding for expressive playing techniques. Tuning tools, such as clip-on tuners, pedal tuners, or apps, help maintain accurate pitch quickly. String winders and cutters simplify string changes, saving time and reducing frustration. Humidifiers protect acoustic guitars from wood cracking in dry climates. Cases, both hardshell and gig bags, protect guitars during transport and storage. Stands hold guitars safely when not in use and prevent accidental damage. Cleaning supplies, including microfiber cloths, fretboard conditioners, and polish, preserve appearance and prevent wear. Regular maintenance includes wiping down strings after playing to reduce oils and corrosion. Adjusting action, the string height above the fretboard, ensures comfortable playability. Intonation adjustments keep notes in tune along the entire fretboard. Truss rod adjustments correct neck curvature, preventing buzzing or high action. Pickup height affects balance, output, and dynamics between strings. Polishing frets and fingerboards improves playability and reduces friction. Lubricating nut slots prevents string binding and tuning instability. Electronics, including pots, switches, and jacks, should be cleaned to prevent crackling or failure. Strap locks prevent accidental drops during energetic performances. Cable quality affects tone, signal clarity, and noise resistance. Pedalboard maintenance ensures power reliability, clean signal, and proper routing. Knowing when to replace worn or damaged parts protects both tone and instrument longevity. Regular inspection of screws, nuts, and bolts prevents rattling and mechanical failures. Protecting guitars from extreme temperatures prevents wood warping, glue separation, and finish damage. Rotating instruments in storage prevents uneven tension on necks and bridges. Customizing guitars with knobs, pickups, or bridges can enhance tone and ergonomics. Professional setups optimize action, intonation, neck relief, and electronics for peak performance. Learning basic maintenance skills reduces dependency on repairs and prevents long-term damage. Understanding string materials and compositions allows players to select the ideal balance of feel, tone, and durability. Proper storage and handling reduce accidental dings, scratches, and exposure to environmental hazards. Regular cleaning and maintenance extend the life of both acoustic and electric guitars. Using quality accessories ensures consistent performance, reliability, and enjoyment. Knowledge of maintenance and accessory use empowers players to focus on creativity and skill development. By combining proper accessories and diligent maintenance, a guitarist maximizes tone, playability, and the lifespan of their instrument. Section 5. Playing techniques and styles. Guitar playing techniques define the way a musician expresses rhythm, melody, and emotion. Fingerpicking involves plucking individual strings with fingers, allowing complex patterns and polyphonic textures. Flatpicking uses a pick to strike strings, often for precise, rhythmic, or fast passages. Hybrid picking combines pick and fingers, offering versatility for both lead and rhythm playing. Lead techniques include bends, slides, hammer-ons, and pull-offs, adding expression and fluidity to solos. Hammer-ons involve fretting a note and then hammering another finger onto a higher fret to sound a second note without picking. Pull-offs reverse this, plucking a note by releasing a finger to sound a lower note. Slides move a finger or slide tool along the fretboard to create smooth, connected notes. Vibrato adds subtle pitch modulation, enriching tone and emotion. String skipping and alternate picking improve speed, accuracy, and articulation in solos. Sweep picking allows rapid execution of arpeggios across multiple strings with one fluid motion. Tapping involves striking the fretboard with the picking hand to create fast, extended note sequences. Palm muting dampens strings near the bridge to control sustain and produce a percussive tone. Techniques like tremolo picking rapidly alternate strokes to create sustained, high-energy passages. Dynamics, including accents, ghost notes, and volume swells, enhance musical expression and phrasing. Alternate tunings expand chord voicings, fingerings, and tonal possibilities. Open tunings allow for droning bass notes, easy chord shapes, and unique voicings. Drop tunings lower pitch to create heavier, darker tones, popular in rock and metal. Percussive techniques, such as body taps or slap and pop, add rhythm and texture. Harmonics, natural or artificial, create bell-like tones and enrich melodic content. Chord voicings vary from open chords to complex jazz shapes, influencing mood and harmonic color. Arpeggios outline chord tones and create flowing melodic lines. Fingerstyle techniques allow simultaneous bass, melody, and harmony. Slide guitar techniques utilize a bottleneck or slide for bluesy, vocal-like expression. Muting techniques control unwanted noise and enhance clarity during complex passages. Rhythmic accuracy is critical for styles like funk, reggae, and metal, requiring precise timing. Improvisation develops creativity, musical intuition, and responsiveness to other musicians. Musical phrasing, including rests, note lengths, and articulation, conveys emotion and storytelling. Economy picking improves efficiency and speed by minimizing hand movement. Legato playing creates smooth, connected phrases with minimal picking. Chord melody techniques combine harmony and melody simultaneously, common in jazz and fingerstyle. Alternate picking, combined with string skipping, increases technical versatility. Hybrid techniques blend genres and expand expressive potential. Classical techniques focus on finger independence, tone control, and polyphony. Slide and bottleneck techniques often require careful muting and hand positioning. Percussive acoustic techniques enhance rhythm without drums. Combining techniques allows players to develop a personal voice and style. Technical proficiency is complemented by musicality, feel, and emotional expression. Mastering multiple styles, including rock, blues, jazz, metal, and folk, broadens creative possibilities. Awareness of tone, touch, and dynamics ensures techniques enhance musical expression rather than just speed or complexity. Practicing systematically and deliberately develops technique while preventing injury. Understanding playing techniques and styles allows a guitarist to adapt to any musical situation, create unique sounds, and fully express artistic intent. Section 6. Recording and studio gear. Recording is a crucial part of modern guitar playing, allowing musicians to capture, produce, and share their music. Direct input, DI, recording captures the guitar signal before it reaches an amp, offering a clean and flexible track. Micking an amp records the actual sound coming from the speaker, capturing the interaction of amp, speaker, and room acoustics. Dynamic microphones are robust and handle high sound pressure, making them ideal for loud amp cabinets. Condenser microphones are sensitive and accurate, capturing subtle nuances and high frequencies. Ribbon microphones provide smooth, warm tones, often used for vintage or natural-sounding recordings. Microphone placement affects tone, capturing either the warmth of the speaker center or the brightness of the edges. Close miking captures direct speaker sound, while room miking adds ambience and space. Audio interfaces convert analog guitar signals into digital data for recording in a DAW. Digital audio workstations, DAWs, such as Pro Tools, Logic, or Reaper organize, edit, and process recorded tracks. Signal flow is critical. Guitar right arrow pedals right arrow amp right arrow microphone right arrow audio interface right arrow DAW. Clean DI tracks can be reamped later, allowing tone experimentation without replaying performances. Amp simulators and cabinet IRs, impulse responses, reproduce the sound of classic amps digitally. Using multiple microphones can blend different tonal characteristics for a richer recording. Reamping involves sending a previously recorded DI signal through an amp for further tone shaping. Isolation and acoustic treatment reduce unwanted reflections and background noise in the recording space. Pop filters, mic stands, and shock mounts prevent interference and handling noise. Audio levels must be monitored carefully to avoid clipping and distortion while maintaining dynamic range. Preamp selection influences tone, gain structure, and warmth before entering the recording interface. Effects can be applied during recording or post-production, depending on the desired flexibility. Monitoring through headphones or studio monitors ensures accurate assessment of tone and performance. Recording in layers allows rhythm, lead, and ambient textures to be built gradually. Loops and overdubs enable complex arrangements and harmonies without live ensemble requirements. Amp modeling software provides consistent tones for remote or budget-friendly recording setups. Multi-track recording allows for editing mistakes, adjusting balance, and experimenting with arrangements. MIDI integration allows synchronization with virtual instruments, drums, and automation. Signal splitting enables recording both clean DI and amp signals simultaneously. Understanding latency ensures timing and synchronization during digital recording. Tracking in different environments, such as untreated rooms or live spaces, can add unique character. Mic preamps contribute harmonic coloration and dynamic response to recordings. Compression and EQ during tracking can enhance consistency without squashing dynamics. Gain staging across pedals, amp, and interface prevents noise buildup and signal degradation. Reverb, delay, and modulation can be recorded live for performance feel or applied later digitally. Capturing dynamics, picking nuances, and tone variations requires careful mic selection and placement. Experimenting with stereo setups, mic angles, and distances can create depth and dimension. Monitoring through quality headphones or near-field monitors ensures accurate tone assessment. Recording multiple takes allows choosing the best performance while maintaining natural expression. Awareness of phase issues when using multiple microphones prevents frequency cancellation and tone loss. Maintaining cables, connectors, and interfaces ensures reliable recordings and minimal interference. Mastery of recording gear and techniques empowers guitarists to document, share, and craft their sound professionally. Section 7. Advanced gear and tone crafting. Advanced gear and tone crafting allow guitarists to sculpt their sound with precision and creativity. Amp modeling and profiling technology replicates the characteristics of classic and modern amplifiers digitally. Profiling captures the tonal nuances, dynamics, and response of an amp for use in live or studio settings. Cabinet simulations recreate the sound of specific speaker cabinets, including mic placement, resonance, and room interaction. Impulse responses, IRs, are digital snapshots of speaker and mic combinations used to reproduce cabinet tone accurately. Loopers allow layering of guitar parts, creating harmonies, textures, or rhythmic patterns in real time. MIDI control enables switching between multiple effects, presets, and amp models seamlessly. Combining analog and digital gear provides the warmth of tubes with the versatility of modern modeling. Multi-effects processors offer programmable chains and custom signal routing for complex setups. Signal routing, including send-return loops, affects how effects interact and shape tone. Expression pedals allow dynamic control of volume, wah modulation, and other effect parameters. Amp and pedal matching is essential to maximize tonal synergy and avoid frequency clashes. Noise gates reduce unwanted hum, buzz, or feedback in high-gain setups. EQ pedals or parametric EQ allow fine-tuning of frequencies for clarity and punch. Cabinet blending combines multiple IRs or mic'd cabs for a fuller, more complex sound. Tube screamer-style overdrives are often used to push an amp into natural saturation while preserving articulation. Compression can control dynamics, sustain, and pick attack for consistent tone. Delay and reverb can be timed to tempo, creating spatial depth and rhythmic interest. Modulation effects, such as phaser, flanger, or chorus, add movement and dimension to tone. Boost pedals allow solos or specific passages to cut through the mix without altering core tone. Stacking pedals creatively expands tonal options, from subtle coloration to extreme distortion. Stereo setups enhance width, depth, and presence in recordings or live performances. Tap tempo and synced modulation create rhythmic cohesion with other instruments. Analog signal chains offer warmth, smooth clipping, and tactile interaction. Digital processing provides recall, consistency, and complex modulation possibilities. Hybrid rigs combine analog overdrives with digital amp simulations for both feel and versatility. Active pickups interact differently with pedals than passive pickups, affecting gain and clarity. Cabinet choice, size, and speaker type influence frequency response, resonance, and projection. Preamp tubes add harmonic richness and dynamic response to the guitar signal. Mastering gains staging across pedals, amp, and recording devices, prevents distortion and signal degradation. Experimentation with mic placement, IR selection, and effects routing allows personalized tone crafting. Scalable rigs provide solutions for small practice setups or large stage performance. Headroom management ensures clean passages remain transparent while overdrive is controllable. Pickups can be coil split, tapped, or rewired to expand tonal possibilities. Combining EQ, compression, and overdrive enables precise shaping of mid-range and high frequencies. Tonal consistency across venues requires understanding room acoustics and amp behavior. Advanced tone crafting balances clarity, warmth, dynamics, and expression. Regular experimentation with gear and effects fosters unique sonic identity. Technical knowledge paired with creativity allows guitarists to develop a signature sound. Understanding advanced gear enables both live performance excellence and professional studio recording. Mastery of tone crafting transforms raw guitar signals into expressive, musical art. Section 8. Maintenance, upgrades, and longevity. Proper maintenance ensures guitars, amps, pedals, and other gear remain functional and sound their best. Regular cleaning of the guitar body, neck, and fretboard prevents dirt buildup, corrosion, and wear. Wiping strings after playing removes oils and extends their life. Periodic string changes maintain tone, tension, and playability. Checking and adjusting the truss rod prevents neck bowing or back bowing, ensuring proper action. Adjusting string height at the bridge improves comfort and reduces buzzing. Intonation adjustments ensure notes are in tune across the fretboard. Pickup height affects balance, output, and dynamic response, and should be checked periodically. Electronics, including jacks, pots, and switches, need cleaning to prevent crackling and signal loss. Proper cable management reduces noise, interference, and accidental damage. Strap locks prevent accidental drops during live performance. Cases, both hardshell and soft gig bags, protect instruments during transport and storage. Avoiding extreme temperatures and humidity prevents warping, cracking, or glue separation. Humidifiers and dehumidifiers help maintain stable conditions for acoustic guitars. Regular amp maintenance, such as checking tubes, fuses, and speaker connections, preserves tone and reliability. Tube replacement ensures consistent gain, warmth, and response. Solid-state amp components should be inspected for overheating, loose wiring, or dust accumulation. Pedal maintenance includes cleaning jacks, power inputs, and switching mechanisms. Replacing worn knobs, foot switches, or potentiometers restores functionality and responsiveness. Keeping batteries fresh or using isolated power supplies prevents noise and unexpected shutoffs. Advanced upgrades, such as pickup replacement, allow customization of tone and output. Upgrading bridges, nuts, or tuning machines improves stability, sustain, and tuning accuracy. Using higher quality cables preserves signal clarity and reduces tone degradation. Understanding pickup types and wiring options allows tonal versatility through coil splitting, tapping, or series parallel configurations. Resoldering loose connections prevents signal loss or crackle. Noise reduction strategies, including proper grounding and shielding, eliminate hum and buzz. Cleaning and conditioning fingerboards prevents drying, cracking, or uneven wear. Polishing frets maintains smooth feel and reduces string wear. Ensuring proper pedalboard setup and power distribution prevents failures during live use. Regular inspection of amplifier speaker cones avoids tears or distortion. Protecting gear during storage prevents dust, moisture, or accidental damage. Maintenance schedules for strings, electronics, and hardware ensure consistent tone and playability. Knowing when to perform minor repairs versus professional service prevents further damage. Upgrading components strategically enhances tonal range without compromising instrument integrity. Keeping a log of setups, adjustments, and upgrades helps track changes and replicate ideal tone. Longevity of gear depends on careful handling, consistent maintenance, and informed upgrades. Balancing regular care with experimentation ensures instruments remain playable and inspiring. Investing in quality parts, tools, and accessories protects both tone and value. Understanding maintenance principles empowers guitarists to focus on playing, creativity, and performance. Mastery of gear care extends the life of instruments and amplifiers for decades of musical enjoyment. Section 9. Mindset, Practice, and Growth. A strong mindset is the foundation for consistent growth and mastery on the guitar. Discipline ensures regular practice even when motivation fluctuates. Setting clear goals provides direction and measurable progress. Short-term goals keep daily practice focused, while long-term goals guide overall development. Breaking down complex techniques into smaller steps improves efficiency and retention. Focused practice enhances muscle memory, accuracy, and tone control. Slow, deliberate repetition allows precision before increasing speed. Consistency over time builds skill far more than occasional intense sessions. Mental rehearsal and visualization strengthen technique and prepare for performance. Mindfulness during practice improves awareness of touch, dynamics, and timing. Reflection on progress highlights strengths and identifies areas for improvement. Practicing with a metronome develops timing, rhythm, and groove. Recording practice sessions allows objective evaluation and technique refinement. Ear training improves pitch recognition, chord identification, and improvisation. Experimentation fosters creativity and personal expression. Exploring different genres expands versatility and understanding of musical language. Overcoming frustration and plateaus develops resilience and problem-solving skills. Seeking constructive feedback accelerates learning and prevents bad habits. Combining technical exercises with musical application maintains motivation and relevance. Structured routines balance scales, chords, technique, and repertoire for holistic growth. Deliberate practice targets weaknesses rather than repeating familiar material. Integrating theory, sight reading, and improvisation deepens musical comprehension. Balancing repetition with variation prevents boredom and encourages adaptability. Maintaining a growth mindset allows mistakes to be seen as opportunities, not failures. Practicing in focused sessions of 20-60 minutes prevents fatigue and optimizes concentration. Warm-ups and stretches prevent injury and prepare muscles for precision playing. Setting performance challenges, like recitals or recordings, reinforces accountability. Visualization of ideal tone, technique, and phrasing strengthens execution. Keeping a practice journal tracks goals, achievements, and challenges over time. Mindset training includes patience, persistence, and self-compassion. Avoiding comparison to others encourages personal progress and artistic voice. Embracing experimentation with gear, effects, and playing techniques fosters innovation. Seeking inspiration from recordings, live performances, and mentors develops musical intuition. Prioritizing quality over quantity in practice ensures meaningful improvement. Periodically reviewing goals maintains motivation and perspective. Mindset shapes how challenges, mistakes, and progress are perceived. Cultivating curiosity encourages lifelong learning and exploration. Combining mental focus, structured practice, and consistent effort creates exponential growth. Mastery develops through dedication, reflection, and deliberate engagement with both technique and musical expression. Mastery is a journey, not a destination. Congratulations! You've explored the foundations of guitars, amplifiers, pedals, gear, techniques, recording, and the mindset required to grow as a musician. This guide is not an endpoint, it's a starting point, a map for your ongoing journey in music. Every note you play, every tone you shape, and every technique you practice brings you closer to your unique voice on the instrument. Remember, mastery comes from consistent practice, experimentation, and curiosity. Gear and technology can enhance your sound, but your creativity, dedication, and expression are what truly define your music. Embrace challenges, learn from mistakes, and celebrate progress no matter how small. Explore, innovate, and don't be afraid to break boundaries, both in your playing and your tone. Keep your instruments in tune, your mind focused, and your heart connected to the music you create. Share your knowledge, collaborate with others, and stay inspired by the endless possibilities of sound. The guitar is more than an instrument. It's a tool for self-expression, connection, and transformation. Return to this guide whenever you need direction, inspiration, or a reminder of what's possible. Your journey is personal, but the principles of skill, tone, and growth are universal. Keep pushing limits, experimenting with gear, and refining your craft. Let every practice session be purposeful, every performance heartfelt, and every tone intentional. Music is a living, evolving language. Your role is to speak it with authenticity and passion. The ultimate tone is not just what comes from your equipment, but from your hands, ears, and heart working in harmony. Stay curious, stay disciplined, and never stop exploring the art of guitar. Your dedication today lays the foundation for extraordinary music tomorrow. Go forward with confidence, creativity, and courage. Mastery is not a destination. It's a journey, and every step you take shapes the musician you are becoming.